Maverick 100.9, Aggie Land's country alternative. It's Corliss. We get to make some new friends today. Yes, that's friends, plural. I love having bands on. This is something I don't get to do often, but this is Blue Water Highway. We got Zach. Hello, Zach.
Hello, hello.
And of course, Greg is here as well. Hi, Greg.
Howdy, howdy.
It is so good to finally meet you guys. I've been hearing great things.
Thanks. Great to meet you as well. Thanks for having us.
Oh, so cool to have you. You're not that far away from us. The entire band, Blue Water Highway, kind of in the Austin area, and you even named the band after the Brazos River.
That's correct. Well, yeah, south of the Brazos is the highway that goes from Surfside up to Galveston. It's Blue Water Highway. Kind of a misnomer. The water's not blue. I don't know if you've ever been to that part of the Gulf.
So I haven't made it out that way yet, and everybody tells me that I belong in Austin, and I'm a beach girly to my core, but I'm not a beach snob, as I've been calling the Texans. So I'm not from Texas. I moved here about 5.5 years ago. I'm from Kansas. So the only water you get is disgusting. Disgusting. So I can assure you a beach day at Galveston would be like visiting the Bahamas to this girl.
There you go.
Yeah, well, you should do it sometime.
What part of Kansas are you from?
I'm technically from the middle of nowhere. My town is named after a river. I'm sure you've heard of the Arkansas River.
Oh, yeah.
So if you look in the middle of a map, the Arkansas River bends. I am from Great Bend, Kansas.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Fantastic.
Yeah, my family's from, my dad grew up in Council Grove, Kansas, kind of on the east side a little bit there.
I know Council Grove. My husband is from Junction City.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I met him while living in Manhattan, Kansas. The Little Apple, not the big one.
Yes. Yeah, we've been there.
I always make jokes. I moved from Aggieville to Aggie Land.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
I'm full of all sorts of zingers. Don't get me started on horror movies, or I've got a bunch of rhymes to go with that as well. So, like, we gotta dip out on Corliss here because I never shut the hell up. Well, we have brought Blue Water Highway in to chat with us about music, my favorite thing in the world. You got a beautiful new tune called High Cotton. Tell me a little bit about that.
So that's one of the songs off our upcoming album, Year of the Dragon. That's coming out in September. But so High Cotton's our recent single off that album. It's kind of we did it intentionally in like an older style, like a older early rock and roll, Sun Records, with some kind of Everly Brothers harmony. So it's got that live kind of early rock and roll feel.
You've got me sold. You say the word rock, I say win. Like, I like it when my country music is rocked up a little bit. And do you two, I assume, since you've been friends so long, and we'll dive deeper into that, but did you write it together?
No, I wrote all these tunes off this new album myself, but we often do write together. Like there's in all our back catalog, there's tons of songs that we've written together.
That's always my favorite part to talk about when I do have bands, or not just a lead singer of a band, is diving deep into who plays what parts, and it's very intricate and it's very special. So we're going to be back with Blue Water Highway. We got Zach and Greg here, and we're going to chat more about that, but we got to let you have new music. That's what we're here for. So for the first time on Maverick 100.9, here is Blue Water Highway with High Cotton. Due to copyright, Brian Broadcasting is not licensed to air this single for you in podcast form, but you can now find it anywhere that you stream and download music. And today's interview continues now. That was Blue Water Highway, your newest favorite band. High Cotton on Maverick 100.9. Zach and Greg are here with me to not just chat about new music, but I really want to get to know you guys better. You know, I've already gotten the quick of it that you two actually grew up together and then started a band. I kind of want to know more about you guys from that aspect.
Yeah, sure. Well, we went to high school together down in the Brazosport area, Brazos Wood High School, and we actually met in choir class when I was a senior, he was a sophomore,
Well, that's
and
appropriate.
choir, yeah, yeah, right. Choir teacher asked me to play a song for the class, and at the time I was really into Billy Joel, and I was doing the harmonica piano thing, and so
I love, my
yeah.
love.
Oh yeah, he's
Oh,
he's
yeah.
one of the best.
It had quite an impression on me. I was like, I've got to go home and learn how to do all this stuff. So to this day, it's kind of funny because Greg played harmonica and piano, or really and guitar. He played a bunch of stuff on high cotton. So I mean, he still had the
Yeah,
harmonica
yeah,
and the keys and all that stuff.
yeah, the keys on High Cotton was me. So yeah. Anyway, it all started right there in choir class, and yeah, we started the band about 10 years ago, though. So we there was a little bit of break there. We both went off to school, different places, and then yeah, reconnected and started the band. So
That is so neat. I'm fortunate to have the type of friends that I can also idolize and look up to. And they do the same for me. It's a matter of no matter how old you get, you never quit learning. And from a radio aspect, you never stop being someone's fan. Like, I make friends with musicians all the time. A majority of my friends are musicians.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I do not buy tickets to their shows and show up screaming every single time. You know what I mean? It seems like you two have gotten that relationship down.
Yeah, no, that's true. I would buy a ticket to any of Greg's shows. That's
Aw.
but we're in
yeah,
a band
yeah,
together,
yeah,
so it's
right.
perfect. Yeah.
It
But
worked
like
out.
you said, you're the writer of the group, it sounds like.
For the most part, but we also do. It's fun to do it a bunch of different ways. I'll bring a song to the group, and the arrangements are very much our band. Like that's one thing that we love to do together. Like just kind of take the song and arrange it our own way. And we also write together, as a group, and different types of songs come from that as well. So any way we can get a good song, we'll go for it.
There's such a teamwork aspect that has to go into creating a band and keeping a band together. You're not just one boss. It's a whole tribe of people. And that's why, I was kind of nerding out earlier. I'm like, I love to talk to people about bands because I don't think anybody actually understands how hard that is. You spend all your time together. Your work is together. Your time away from your families is together. There's a lot of room for error. So how do you find your way through it? What's the inspiration there? How did you find your tribe that makes up Blue Water Highway?
I think part of the magic in our band is that we were all friends beforehand and have a lot of history together, past life history together before we were in the band. And continued on. But it's true. I mean, a lot of people forget that. It's like, band's like a marriage in a lot of different ways.
Or like a brother or just family in general. Yes, it can't be broken, but you sure as heck can duke it out.
Yeah, totally. So, what it does, if you can successfully keep it together, is you develop a language, like a kind of a inside language that makes everything go much quicker, and you just know how to communicate. I mean, immediately the other person knows pretty much what you're going to do in every scenario, musically or otherwise.
Yeah, right. Finish people's thoughts and sentences, and pick up where they left off.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, now you are describing my marriage.
Yeah, see, there you go.
I got it now. Well, let's chat more about this new album, Year of the Dragon, coming out this September. Very much looking forward to it. I assume that is probably on pre-sale right now.
Absolutely, yeah. We actually have physical copies on our store for sale, but it won't come out on streaming for another month. So if anyone wants to grab a CD or vinyl, you can go to our website, bluewaterhighwayband.com. Pick up one before it officially, hits the internet.
Yes. Well, and I assume that's probably also a limited quantity.
Yes, yeah, we got we got, I think, 200 vinyl, and yeah, we have a bunch of CDs, but yeah, definitely won't forever.
I'll snatch them up.
I have this conversation both with artists and with my listeners a lot. If you are a physical copy nerd, me, I'm a vinyl girly all the way. We listen to nothing but vinyl in our home. And I only listen to the radio and CDs in the vehicle. Like, I'm very old school when it comes to how I consume music because my career is so technically advanced. It's, everything's done on a computer, so I like to escape it. But when it comes to supporting independent artists, buying things like vinyl and CDs, that was an investment for them, for you to have. So they are very special. They are very special to have. So I always like to make that little note.
Yeah.
Now, where is Year of the Dragon? I mean, I know what Year of the Dragon is. It's kind of a Chinese zodiac. Am I getting that right? How about you start talking before I say something stupid?
No, I mean definitely it is. I mean, it really is more like the way we meant it. Although I knew that people would take that away from it too, which is totally fine. But it's got, it makes you, to me, that title kind of evokes some, I don't know, almost like some kind of B movie from the 80s or something, like that might be like a cop drama or something. It had like a noir element, like a dark tinged element to me for some reason. And but so I love that that's there, and I love that people make that assumption. To dive deeper into it, what we really meant was like all the things that happen when like the dragon comes to town. So it's really kind of more like in a fairy tale aspect, in a way. A blending of just kind of Southern Gothic type of stories with like also like fairy tale elements. Like, oh, this guy embodies maybe he's like a knight, or like I have a song about growing up. Like my dad was a policeman, and that's kind of like the knight song. And then you have like a Natural Man. We have another tune that's out already, and that's like the dragon song. But it's really more. It's like, it sounds like something that would go in a, I don't know, kind of an outlaw, like the outlaw rides through town. Like a Yellowstone show, or like a spaghetti western or something. So it's all those things blended up together, and that's what Year of the Dragon is.
And you are describing so many different things. And now I definitely have to have this album to hear them all put together. Plus, I can see your faces like I'm talking to you. You both are very sweet, kind young gentlemen, like light and fluffy, but you're also talking about rock and darkness. And I'm like, I think we're going to get along just fine.
Yeah. See, yeah, you got to check it out now.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I do want to talk about my horror movie side. Like, you would get it. Like, you get being a bright and shiny personality, but also having these other elements to your character. Like, I'm literally going to go see Metallica here in a few weeks. And I'm super stoked about it. I'm also going to a horror convention in 2 weeks.
So, okay.
Wish Kyle, our bass player, was on this call, because he's a huge horror movie fan.
Oh yeah,
he'd be all in.
Tell him about your new pal Corliss. We're probably going to be friends. But nobody ever believes me. The best example I have is I went to the Houston like tattoo convention last year to get one of my Chucky tattoo. And I walked up, and it's a woman that does my tattoos, and her boyfriend was there. And so I walk up and I'm like, hi, how are you? And he doesn't even say hello to me. He looks at the time, which meant, the time I was supposed to arrive, looks at his watch, looks at me, glares at me, and he goes, you are not the girl that's here for a Chucky tattoo. And I was like, yeah.
He didn't fit the profile in his mind about who was going to get a Chucky.
No, not even close. I've also got Saw and Scream. I'm working on a sleeve, so it's my passion. But I also craft and make cosplay, and I am a full-blown nerd, y'all. I'm a full-blown nerd.
I think everybody is really a nerd about something. If they just admitted it,
Yeah.
That what you just said right there. That is what changed my life, though, is the admitting it and wearing it on the outside. The tattoos started it, and then I went to one convention and realized that was the happiest I had ever been in my life. My life in its entirety, in 33 years. I found my people, I found my thing, and now I just do it unapologetically, and I don't have to be Corliss from the radio, which is also super kind of cool.
Sure.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, so I feel like you and we are clearly kindred spirits in the sense of every human is built up over many generations and many different influences. And I think it's great to just let them all work together to build up who you are. And you just went and put it on a record.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
Greg has a double life, going to Irish pubs and playing jigs and stuff. So
Ooh, cute jigs.
Yeah.
Explain that. Like polkas?
Yeah, those are different styles of Irish tunes. You can have polka, which is in 2/4, and then you have a jig, which is in 6/8. But yeah, exactly, all of the above.
Damn, I think I want to come see that before I want to come see a Blue Water Highway show now. You guys are making me feel very conflicted.
Sorry, we shouldn't have brought it up.
Yeah, it was your
Either
fault.
Yeah,
it's either that or I have way too many interests.
yeah, I think well,
Like I also love Billy Joel, like you were talking about earlier.
it's a great problem to have.
Good things are good. What can you say?
Good things are good.
Oh man, I totally did getting to know you guys. This has been a blast. I sure hope everyone defines one of the elements of you that they love and they go find you after this. Y'all, that is Blue Water Highway. High Cotton, their brand new single to radio, is actually streaming everywhere. You can download it. New album, September, Year of the Dragon. Follow them. Make sure you're keeping an eye on that. Zach, Greg, thank you guys so much for coming to tell me all the good stuff on Maverick.
Yeah, well, thanks so much for having
to talk
us.
to you.
It's great to
Yeah,
meet
great
you.
to talk to you, Dave.